How is Coachella? Intense, you say?
Yes, yeah, it was definitely intense. It was very hot, especially with
Yeah.
our outdoor camping setup we had going on.
Yet
Protected ourselves from this,
outdoor. You slept outdoors, Zach?
yeah, outdoor camping, which was kind of crazy looking back, but alas, here we are. We also
Um,
had my father is a big fan of this one. Sorry to out you, Steve. But Madonna came out for Sabrina Carpenter. Steve, big Madonna fan back, maybe not
I
big,
feel like
but
I
Madonna
knew
fan
that.
back in the day.
I feel like for some reason, knew that. I don't know why. It also, like,
Just seems
maybe
on
it's because
brand.
maybe it's because I know your dad and it fits the brand, but, like, yeah.
But yeah, how about you, Nick? How are things going with you?
Good, good. I've had a couple of weekends of like road traveling here in Texas. Did
hmm
Austin last weekend with me and the girlfriend, but this past weekend, the girlfriend and I were down in San Antonio, um, a city that I've not been to in Texas since I was probably in high school. That I was thinking about. It was fun. It was the girlfriend's, like, one of her best friends that had a little birthday slash housewarming party down in San Antonio. Fun fact: she's 24 and just bought a home. Uh, that's how
Oh,
awesome. Welcome back, everybody, to yet another week of your two favorite knuckleheads. Welcome back to Boomer Jr. My name's Boomer.
and I am Junior.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's officially the off season at this point. We recapped a little bit of basketball last time we were on here, but I look around me, there's pretty much crickets from the collegiate world of athletics going on right now. Having said that, we're leaning into some of our postseason topics as of this week. Before we do that, Zachy, catch the people up. How you been? How are things going in your world?
Yeah, things are going well. Just enjoying as the weather's getting warmer out here and daylight's getting later. So,
I was gonna say
Coach
you look
or
pink. You look like a tomato.
yeah. I've been baking a bit. Coachella this weekend was pretty intense. Got a lot of sun then. Getting the tan on from surfing and everything too. So yeah, it's been good.
Good. I'm glad.
How about you, Nick?
Coachella sounded fun. I'm good. I've been doing. I was. We were catching up before this. Like, I've been doing a lot of road travel lately. Um, like, it's good to like go see friends and stuff. And I'm just a little, like, it was great to see friends. A little tired because I'm like fresh off of it, but resetting back into routines. Um, on the opposite side, it's getting hotter down here in Texas, and I'm not excited for it because it'll hit like 85 degrees and I break a sweat. And so I'm excited for some pool days ahead. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited for some fun travel that you and I both have planned this summer.
Yeah.
Starting in like 2 weeks essentially, which is insane to think about. Um, but
We
yeah,
are nowhere near prepared enough. I'm personally not prepared enough for that at this time.
yeah, no, me neither. That makes two of us. I gotta get my shit in order. Um, but we still gotta talk some college football. Hey, buddy, don't we?
Yes, sir, we do. We can go ahead and get right into it. Yeah, we're just figured we'd do an episode talking about some NFL draft stuff,
The
some
draft.
of the prospects coming out of college this year, how they're looking heading into the NFL,
I was
and
gonna make a
just
really, really dark joke. I was gonna say we're gonna talk about the fun kind of draft being discussed these days, not the other kind of draft these days.
whoo,
Off the
wow,
dome, off the
wow.
dome.
All right. Well,
So
shout out Selective Services. Let's not bring that back.
all right, kick us off.
Anyways, well, on that note, I guess if you were hypothetically in a battlefield in whatever country, I can guarantee you four of the guys you would least want to see
This
are
is so
four
funny.
guys that played for Ohio State this past season that are projected to go top 10 in this year's draft. That's right.
Oh
Ohio State
man,
has not one, not two, not three, but four players projected to go in the top 10.
dude,
Those guys are Arvell Reese, the linebacker, Sonny Styles, another linebacker, Carnell Tate, the wide receiver, and then Caleb Downs at safety.
safety.
Nick, I didn't go back and check, but I have to imagine it's been a long time since four players from the same team have been drafted in the first or in the top 10 picks in the same year. That's just nuts.
You got a point. I feel like the closest team you can think of that was elite in that level and lost. I'm gonna say lost so many guys in the first round. I think of 2019 LSU. I mean, because
Mm-hmm.
if you recall that draft, I mean, it was the COVID draft, right? But like the draft board was LSU, 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 a little bit of Clemson here and there, but like LSU. That team was taken apart, pulled apart in that first and second round because they were so stacked. But it's giving similar shades of that. I think Ohio State had a really good year, and it doesn't tell you the full story of how talented these guys are. Like it's like they pulled teams apart like it's nobody's business, man. And so, um, obviously didn't go on to win the Natty, didn't repeat it like they did last year, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, still had a great
I
year
would
for
say
these
that's the
guys.
crazy thing about it. You said the word lost, and yeah, that kind of point out another thing too. They have these guys getting drafted in the top 10 most
Yeah,
likely. They didn't even win the national championship. They didn't even play for the national championship.
no,
Like that's kind of
no,
crazy in itself.
that's nuts, man. I mean, that's an off year for Ohio State, and that's scary, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a couple of these guys are pretty cool. Like Arvell Reese is someone that I've liked. I watched him a ton. I saw his name on draft boards. Multiple draft boards had him as high as the number 2 pick. We all know who number 1 is projected to be. We're going to talk about him in a little bit. Uh, a team that is looking his way and unfortunately see themselves up in this top 5 slot every year is the New York Jets. You see them every year. They're always around that 2 to 4 draft pick mark. Pretty much always on that number 2 slot as always. Uh, Man, I don't even know where to start with that team, but yeah, Arvell Reese would be a crazy pickup for them. Obviously, the Jets and the Browns are places where careers go to die in the NFL, and so let's hope that's not the case for Arvell. But yeah, great linebacker, insane talent. Any team that gets him gets a ball player.
Yeah. And the other top rated linebacker from Ohio State, projected to be drafted in top 5 most likely too, is Sonny Styles, who put in on an all time combine performance for linebackers. He had a 4.46 second 40-yard dash, which was the first amongst linebackers this year. And then he had a 43.5-inch vertical jump, which is the top among linebackers ever in combine history, as well as an 11-foot 2-inch broad jump, which is also the highest amongst linebackers in NFL Combine history. Just breaking records, setting the peak left and right in pretty much every category. It was insane. The measurables on this guy are nuts.
Yeah, it's a name we've heard all year long, right? Coming out of Ohio State, like he was touted, like coming into the year, proved the baller that he was, and is just like he's showing out. I'm curious to see where Ohio State comes out next year in terms of their defensive room. But knowing their recruiting skill, I'm not going to be that pressed about it. Carnell Tate, man, dude, these names just keep going, bro. Like, also their wide receiver room in general was stacked as
Yeah.
hell this year. Like, Carnell Tate, what I like, I I don't even know if you could define a solid wide receiver 1 for Ohio State is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because who was the other guy they had that like
Yeah,
absolutely
him
tore
and
apart,
Jeremiah Smith. It's
dude?
just yeah.
Oh my god, like lots of good Jeremiah's in the draft this year, foreshadowing. Um,
Well, Smith is not old enough. He's not going yet.
I was talking about Love,
He's
but yes, but you're
yeah.
right, you're right. No, good point. You're right. He was only a freshman, right? Like he was like 19, 18
Sophomore.
years
Well, he
old.
just finished his sophomore season.
Okay, got it. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
young. Oh man, yeah, Carl Tate. It's gonna be. I could totally see him being like maybe a mid first round pick, maybe close to that top 10. He might be one to peak out just based on wide receiver need on based like, for
That's
teams.
mm-hmm.
That is my
That's
only.
a
I think
big
this is going to
thing.
be a very defensive heavy, O line heavy first half of the draft. But yes,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the wide receivers are going to be weird because I think there's also a lot of debate amongst who exactly is the top receiver in this class too. You got
fair play.
him, you've got Jordan Tyson, Makai Lemon. Those three guys
Mm,
kind of all vying for that top receiver spot, and it's a matter of team need as well as I guess the need of like the style of receiver too, right? You've got these guys with kind of different skill sets that are all elite in their own regards, but what style of play is going to kind of match what the team needs the most. So that's going
yeah,
to fluctuate a little bit. We'll see. Cardinal Tate could slip to like later in the first round
yeah,
potentially. I doubt he
potentially.
makes it into the 20s though, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think I was like maybe like a freak slip into the late 20, like the late set first round, but like nothing egregious in my opinion. He's not going to be
Mm-hmm.
touching that lower half of the first draft.
For sure.
It'd be criminal if he did. Also, can you believe CeeDee Lamb was drafted like 18th in the draft? I think by the Cowboys. Like, yeah, it's things like that.
Tom Brady got drafted in like the 6th round, dude. You never know.
Dude. Oh yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, I got nothing on Caleb. If you have anything, like by all means,
I
run
mean,
it.
yeah, he's just been an anchor for that defense. He started off, played his freshman year at Alabama.
Insane.
Was like the top sought
Yeah.
after transfer in the portal when he went into it the following year, and been at Ohio State for a couple of years now. Just like I said, anchoring that defense.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be one of the safest picks you can make in this draft. You're going to get like an at least starter quality player out of him. As long as he doesn't have injury issues, and he could transcend to all pro level potential. Right? He's got the ceiling. I think he could reach that point, but I think the floor is just so high with him. It's going to be such a safe pick, and whoever drafts him, you're going to be happy with that pick.
That's one hell of a baller you're getting. It's insane. The guy has so like insane vision on the off the ball. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
absolutely.
Shall we do the next one? All right.
Yeah, I know you're chomping at the bit for this one.
I am. I mean, dude. Okay, let's talk about the running backs, folks. But more specifically, we're going to talk about Notre Dame's running back room. We've got, for the first time in a long time, I can't remember the last time we've got 2 top prospects in the running back class, and they're predicted to have them like easily taken in the first 2 rounds. Let's talk like 2 of these guys, Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. I saw both these guys play at Notre Dame, and my God, like were we blessed with this running back pairing, man? Like it gives vibes of Jahmyr Gibbs and who am I forgetting on the Lions?
David Montgomery.
Yep, the other one. David Montgomery just got traded to Houston this offseason, I think. Fun fact. Right. But Jadarian and Jeremiah were giving very much those vibes. Jeremiah Love, obviously the running back 1 on the team. Jadarian, he cleared Jadarian, but at the same time, like Jadarian Price was so good, like it kind of blew my own expectations of him. Jeremiah Love is seen as the best running back in this draft class by multiple experts. And my take is this kid can go walk on half of the teams and start and be their running back 1 from like tomorrow. He's built like a beast. Like his speed for his size is insane. And his just in general, this next phrase is going to be kind of crazy, but his thrust from his lower half is elite on the football field. Sorry to our listeners at home for that one. But then you got a guy like Jadarian Price who, on the depth chart says RB2, but this guy could go a bit. He could have been the main running back for like half, if not most, of the Big Ten teams this year, right? Like he could have transferred. He could have easily transferred out this year and been the running back 1, but he stayed at Notre Dame and like proved that he's an insane player. Just like he's just got a guy named Jeremiah Love ahead of him on the depth chart. Yeah, I think for this guy, I think I'm gonna say an early round 2, but like early to like I'm gonna say a round 2 pick here. I was thinking like does he clear? Like, does he somehow cut into round 1? I don't think that's the case. He would be an insane pickup though for any team, and I think in his first year could make for an epic like RB2 on a depth chart. In terms of giving your starter some breaks, but still picking up good scrimmage yards. Jadarian Price is the guy for that. And so, yeah, it's going to be heartbreaking. I will say this, foreshadowing some news for later this year, but for this fall in particular, I will be very, very sad to not see these guys on the field. Having said that, I'm so happy for them and really proud of what they gave to this Fighting Irish program. Yeah, it sucks, but super happy for these guys and whatever teams pick them up.
For sure. Yeah, Jeremiah Love seems like the one that really stands out above the rest of the running back class here. He seems like the one that could become a bell cow year 1, kind of like Ashton Genty did a bit.
Yes.
Really getting a lot of carries in the first season. I think a lot of these guys, like you said, could slot in at like a running back 2 role, like Jadarian Price and some of the backs behind him as well.
Yeah.
I thought it was crazy that these were the top 2 projected running backs in the draft. That's another one that's got to be pretty rare that's,
Yeah, I
if ever,
know.
that's happened, that the top two running backs
From the
is
same
selected in the
school.
draft are from the same team.
It's
Wow.
insane. In the same year too, right? Like that's crazy. Like,
Exactly.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty nuts. So,
um, it's gonna be sad to see them get drafted, but also super happy at the same time. It's gonna be a fun night
yeah.
this week. But yeah,
Good for them, man. Yeah.
yeah, go Irish.
Moving on to the most talked about, most dramatic, and ever important position, and that's the quarterbacks in this year's draft, which maybe seems to be a little dry again.
Mm.
Off the bat, it seems like Fernando Mendoza, as you alluded to earlier, Nick,
Mm-hmm.
is kind of foregone conclusion. He's going to be going first overall in the draft to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
My question is like, should he be
Mm.
going first overall though?
I
Like,
have a lot of
I
yes.
love Mendoza. I think character wise and everything, he is absolutely phenomenal, and he's definitely like a good quarterback. I I don't know. I see a lot of these other high end talents though in the top 10, and
Yeah.
it seems unnecessary to take him that high. Like if there was a team that had a quarterback that kind of believed in a bit already, I feel like we wouldn't be having the same conversation, I guess, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
about like who is taking them. So, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, it seems like a foregone conclusion, but I hope for the best for him. But I just simply don't think he has the talent that's going to justify that. But
I hate there's a lot to this, right? There's a lot to this. To your question, should he though? I think it goes back to the original thing of like, should the Heisman winning quarterback, which also is flawed in its own way, that it's now become just a quarterback award.
mm,
Should the Heisman winning quarterback become the, the number one pick, right? And so, um, I hate this thing of like that's been going on in the last probably about 10 years or so in the NFL, where you just throw the number one drafted quarterback into the fire of the NFL starting week one, right? Mendoza's a great QB, and that's coming from a loud and proud Purdue grad. All right, he's a I think he's the best combination of uh, accuracy, but also just non-problematic all around quarterback. He's extremely athletic. He can run a little bit too. Got a gun. Like he's got an absolute like cannon of an arm. Like if he does go to Vegas, don't get me wrong. Like I think Vegas has the potential here to have him learn under Kirk for a good amount of time, and probably develop a good long term quarterback. But it's a matter of how they play it. Yeah.
that is a good point, I guess. And somebody pointed this out. The Kirk
Yeah.
Cousins Fernando Mendoza pairing is like the
Yeah.
mentorship thing is
Yeah.
so crazy and like perfectly fit together.
In Vegas.
Yeah, that's the ironic part is that it's in Vegas, but those two together though is like a match made
Oh
in
my
heaven.
god. Yeah, no, I think it's fair. I think from a mentorship standpoint, those guys are going to go along well hand in hand.
Mm.
Should he be the first pick though? Oh man, there's a lot. That's a loaded question. That is a loaded question. I feel like that is a loaded. That could be an episode on its own, dude.
Yeah,
Keeping this
it's just
moving.
it
Oh
seems like I would think you could trade if it wasn't so obvious that they wanted him. Like they could
yeah,
trade down to go for somebody like to maybe still get him and get maybe some other draft capital in return. But I don't think anybody's necessarily gonna do that though, because like
I
yeah, like the
yeah,
Jets might try to take him instead then or whatever. Just yeah,
because Vegas
I don't know.
got
It is what
Crosby
it is.
back because that failed trade, so they've got some firepower in the like defensive side.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Ashton Genty obviously got drafted last year. He's their number one back. Um, let's see who, and so I'm pretty sure they're looking for a little more. What's the word I'm looking for? Longevity in that QB room. Don't get me wrong. I think Purdue legend Aiden O'Connell, who is on the depth chart currently, should be the
Yeah.
starter. Uh, he had the chance, but all jokes aside, he had the chance and he couldn't do anything with it, and that makes me sad. But anywho, I think it's gonna be funny. Indiana and a Purdue QB on the same depth chart. Both guys that, yeah,
One, how funny is that? That it's also quarterbacks from both of our college teams are there, and they're just going to kind of be there to build up this Indiana quarterback, right? Like,
it's crazy, man. Oh my god, that's so valid. Oh my god, ew, I hate
yeah,
that. Ew.
yeah, it's
Um,
weird.
all right. let's move on to Ty Simpson, man. We're talking about a few quarterbacks here from this draft. Ty Simpson is a name that's coming up. His hype train is it is growing as the draft gets closer.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I wasn't the biggest critic of Ty Simpson during the season. I thought he was for Bama. I thought he did a decent job. Like, obviously went down in the playoffs when we needed him the most. To be fair, that was an injury. Whatever. Lost to eventual winners Indiana. Um, but it's giving Zach Wilson pro day vibes right now. Like it's giving makes a couple of crazy passes on pro day and gets drafted super high. I'm worried that he's gonna jump up in the draft boards, man, and just give another Tyler Shuck, Zach Wilson vibe. To be fair, Tyler Shuck still has some time to grow, but still.
And he's seeming like he's promising at this time still.
Yeah. I don't know. He's okay. Not bad.
But the Zach Wilson comparison, though, I think is fair. I was a big Ty Simpson supporter earlier in the season. However, as it went on, though, it seems like he was allergic to doing anything clutch whatsoever for the most part. And so, yeah, we'll see when the lights get even brighter in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's talented. I think if he gets put in a good situation, something could happen for him. But
maybe
there's a reason why he isn't projected to go until the end of the first round or the beginning of the second round.
True.
Yeah. And then, second last category here. Preseason hype fizzling out for some top names at the beginning of the season. Carson Beck, Garrett Nussmeier, Drew Aller, who I think were like 3 of the top 4 Heisman odds players as well entering this season. How funny is that looking back? Okay. And fair enough. Garrett Nussmeier got injured at one point, and Drew Aller got a season-ending injury
early on. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it is fair, but also leading up until that point, like neither took the step or were playing at the level they needed to be to get to that point.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of crazy looking back that they, I guess, fell that hard. And Carson Beck actually played pretty decent. We had
pulled something out of his bag, eventually. Dude.
Yeah, he did. Like he didn't really keep it up in terms of people were talking about him as a Heisman winner at some point too. Potentially, obviously, that didn't happen. So that fizzled some, I guess, in terms of the actual impact he was going to have there in Miami. And he is looking to be drafted maybe early third round or something still too.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, just these 3 big names going into the season and just how terribly things went for all of them.
Yeah.
Hoping for the best for them at this next step, but serious.
I think a couple of things. I think Beck helped himself with a playoff run that good. Balled out against some good teams, man. As much as I hate the guy, I hate him so much, it's not even funny. I think Garrett Nussmeier kind of just went flat at one point, did not help LSU at all. Also did get injured, like you said. Drew Aller, the engine didn't start. That was crazy. I'm going to have some serious questions for teams that pick up Garrett or Drew for that matter. I'm going to have some please break down that thought process. Drew Aller, after his Orange Bowl, form last year would have been one thing, but after having a season-ending injury this year, early in the year, Penn State barely making a bowl game, why are you going for Drew Aller? After everything people are looking at. Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are definitely all going to get drafted at some point, I think, but we're looking at maybe even day 3 picks for them, though, right? We'll see exactly where they end up getting selected, but I'm expecting it to be kind of fairly late in the process. Drew Aller, I think, is going, if he doesn't go on to have an overall successful career, become a consistent starter and everything, I think he's due for at some point to just torch a team in a game. Maybe garbage time later in the season, in a year or 2 or whatever. He's going to come out in week 16 or 17 for some team and just light up someone with that. Because he does have a lot of arm talent. He's got a cannon. He can make some really amazing NFL level throws. It's just not consistent though. And so I think it's going to click at some point, and some fan base is going to be really devastated by him one day. But it's just going to be kind of lightning in a bottle, though, not really going to be able to do it consistently.
Hey, round out our favorite quarterback, dude.
Yeah, Diego Pavia, the infamous guy himself, uh, by some mock drafts projected not to be drafted at all, as it
Good.
should be, as it should be. This guy is a cancer in the locker room. He's short as all get up. He's shorter than us, right? And he's supposed to be looking over like 6'7", 6'8" offensive linemen and throwing the ball. That's just not a good recipe. And he's also like he can run the ball a little bit, but I think his running ability is gonna be seriously negated at the NFL level with these
Oh
other like
yeah,
high level athletes.
dude.
And then like his throwing ability is just like fine-ish. He will get a chance with the team, but he has Arena Football League star written all over him.
Dude, his attitude is such a problem. Like it is
Mm-hmm.
probably the most. It's probably the worst I've seen in a long time. And I mean, we saw. You know, I'm not gonna say Moneyball. Like I'm not gonna say like Johnny Moneyball. Like Manziel, but like Manziel like had a bit of an attitude problem. But like him, who am I blanking on the receiver on the box? Like CTE man.
Antonio Brown?
Yep, Antonio Brown attitude problem. Right. Um, like yeah, no,
I
I
think
don't
the
want
Johnny
Pavia to get
Manziel
drafted.
comparison here is good for being like the hothead coming out of college. The difference though is Manziel
Was
was
good.
like unbelievably good, right?
It's
Like
insane.
Diego Pavia was fine. He was
Yeah,
good too, but Manziel was just like unlike anything we'd seen
couldn't
really.
touch the guy. Couldn't touch the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Manziel had the talents to back it up. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, NFL, do the right thing. Don't draft our teams in the NFL. Don't draft this guy at all. Let him run through the rounds. It'd be incredible to watch. I bet he's gonna have such a blown out draft party too. I can only imagine. Like,
And that's the thing. Like, when's the draft party gonna start? Because there's no way he gets drafted day one. So is he gonna like? Is he gonna throw a day
no,
two draft party? Is he gonna throw a day three draft party? That's gonna be demoralizing as all get up.
I
Just
love
not
it.
even planning to have one for day one.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Those are the QBs, guys. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Some other quick draft mentions we've got. We can try to run through these fairly quickly. I've loved watching my first guy here, man. Jacob Rodriguez out of Texas Tech, linebacker, outstanding prospect on the defensive side of the ball, dude. Very very classy guy. Won the Jason Witten Collegiate Man Award of the year this year for college football. Just an all around great guy, and yeah, it's gonna be good to see him in whatever team picks him up. But yeah, I think it's a one to mention, one to note for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was, I think, projected to be mid-second round, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be a really solid pick. I think it's a similar thing, kind
Easy,
of or a high floor for this guy, and should be able to contribute for roster. And then
absolutely.
the player I want to talk about is Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end out of Oregon, projected to go mid first round. Broke the tight end 40-yard dash record this year at the combine with a 4.39-second 40-yard dash. That's some
Yeah,
pretty great athleticism right there. Hope for the best for him. Hope he does well and has a great career. We've seen
yeah.
before though some guys, just because they're a tight end with a lot of talent, maybe the measurables that indicates they could be a wide receiver with their speed and stuff like that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to pan out. Kyle Pitts. No, Kyle. I still think Kyle Pitts is going to pan out, which is crazy because it's been
That's
like
a
5 years
long play, dude.
now. It's
I
been like
believe it.
5 years now.
I believe it, but I'm getting on the fence every day, every day with that one. But yes,
Every year, I think this has got to be the year, right? And it
nope.
never has
To
been.
be fair, he's just not
Um,
had good quarterbacks throwing him the ball.
yeah,
Like that's a whole thing.
I think yes, I think that's been a big issue. Yeah, no quarterbacks. Also having like a really ball dominant running back as well, and Bijan Robinson recently taking some carries
Bijan.
away and stuff. I think he needs to get a coach who's going to utilize his athletic abilities.
I
Um,
agree.
we'll see. And I guess some other final players, and this is more of a sob story for us. Play the world's smallest
So
violin and
sad.
pour one out. Rest in
So
peace
sad.
to our team's former players. Rest in peace is maybe a poor choice of words. It's a little extreme here,
Oh,
but
it's so
some
good.
some former players though from our teams who transferred to other schools had since done amazingly there,
I
are projected
know.
to be drafted in this year's draft. Nick, you want to start off with the Purdue guys?
Yeah, man. Oh, geez, it's been a rough couple of years to be a Boilermaker football fan. Man, it's been a rough couple of years, and we've lost a couple of really good guys. I mean, the biggest guy to point out is Dylan Thieneman, man. Like when I saw this outline, the first point I put down was, oh, the horror. Like the year we went, Ryan Walters horrendous last year, where we went like 1-11, and the only team we beat were an FCS team. Uh, Dylan was like, it was his first and only year at Purdue, and he was consistently the best guy on the field, both sides of the ball. He was consistently the best guy on the field. Like I just remember us having the worst year possible. Ryan Walters, you absolute what a bum! Like truly, like ruining a team and letting a guy like this go away. Like what a bum! I I just knew like when transfer portal came out, when like he transferred out. Max, another guy that's not on here but should be pointed out, Max Clare on Ohio State, former
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
former Purdue tight end that then transferred to Ohio State. Oh man, these two guys played at the same time for Purdue under Ryan Walters, and I saw both these guys split and go off to two different teams. And then every time I watched these teams play, it was just like the horror of choosing Purdue as my team. Like the common theme here, guys, is Ryan Walters, you bum. Like, oh my god, I hate you, Ryan Walters. I will never forgive you for what you did to our. He set Purdue football back by so many years. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
My ranting aside, Dylan Thiedemann going to be a first round pick, incredible pick at the safety level. Exciting whites, as one might say. Now we're going to hit another exciting white to hit the league in the defensive part of the ball. He's got speed. He's got legs. Max Clare, what a body. What a unit. What an athlete. What a god. This man can truck through any D line. It's incredible. And he's fast and can catch the ball. Like, I remember watching this guy at Purdue as a very young football player thinking, oh my god, like, I hope we keep this guy when Ryan Walters inevitably gets fired. Oh well. Oh well. He's going to be a great pickup for anyone. I think I'm going to see him in like the third round, but yes. Deion Burks, another notable mention for Purdue, ex-Purdue, I should say. Now coming out of Oklahoma, he only played about 16 games for Purdue across 2 years, 4 in his first year, and he played the full year the year after that. But having said that, yeah, he's been pretty great for OU, man. Should be a fourth round at least pick up in the league. Very, very, very happy for these guys that they've gone on from Purdue to get, make a brand for themselves elsewhere. Having said that, yeah, it's tough to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I feel you there because there's a couple of Spartans that are in similar situations. Those
Mm-hmm.
guys are Zion Young, who's a defensive end, came here under Mel Tucker, I believe, actually. Was brought in
That's a
by
name.
BT Jordan, the defensive line coach, who he had brought in and then immediately departed the school after one season to go take an NFL job instead. The guy sucks, as does Mel Tucker. But anyways,
Mel
uh,
Tucker's got his reasons, but yes.
yeah. But yeah, Zion Young. I remember he played a bit as a freshman, and he seemed like he didn't. I didn't necessarily think he was like elite, but he seemed like good as a freshman. I was like, oh, he could develop into elite or something maybe. At defensive line,
Yeah.
that's a position that's like pretty impressive to be showing results in your first season. So, but lo and behold, after his first year, transferred to Mizzou, played there, showed out there, and is now supposed to be a second round pick in this year's NFL draft. Good for him, man. Wish he would have stayed at State. That's funny enough. We had a decent defensive line thing going for a year or two there under Mel Tucker, at least in theory. And our defensive line has been like our main issue over the last few seasons. Struggling to have any pressure on the quarterback has made things just all the harder for the linebackers and secondary at MSU. And so we wish could have had Zion Young and anybody else, Simeon Barrow, uh, not Derek Simmons. I forgot. There's a defensive tackle who went to Oregon and got drafted last year in like the first or second round. It's just like, man, like we could have just kept these guys around. We could have been so much better, but it is what it is.
It's an
And then
homage
other
to
guy,
the
Jeremy Bernard. wide receiver who originally went to Michigan State, was a tough recruiting battle that Mel Tucker won, and then he transferred to Washington, played for Kalen DeVere over there, and then transferred with him over to Alabama and played there the last 2 seasons. He's a really talented receiver. I I think he is going to have a nice long NFL career. He's very impressive to me. I think he's going to be able to do a lot of things, kind of any role you need him to fill. I think he can do. Really great player, going to have a good career.
This section's kind of like an homage to what NIL and the transfer portal has done to teams like in the game, man. It's I don't know what the future is going to hold for collegiate football with the portal, with no regulations being placed on the portal, right? Like, hey, you can have one team 1 year and then a completely different team, not even 12 months down the road, right? Like, different. Oh my God, it's crazy. The possibilities are endless, bro. We need some regulations on this stuff.
I'm seeing. I think a big thing as well is seeing, because at first you see like, oh, opportunity to get money, we'll like see how it goes, see what happens, whatever. And I think we're seeing this a lot in college basketball. There's a lot of guys this year. It seems like they're like kind of returning to their school and stuff, and like I don't know if it's schools are offering more money because they're seeing they need to retain the guys, and or if guys are seeing people are transferring out of their schools and kind of flaming out. Looking at guys like AJ Store or whatever who just kind of aren't really developing because he keeps having to learn a new campus every year. And I think there's going to be more stability because people are realizing there's going to be value to staying at the school and having that continuity. And there's evidence to support that now, at least in basketball. Hopefully that's going to transfer for football too. We will see though.
Yeah. As a guy that went to not the biggest football name school in America, I want to see some regulations to bring back my old sport, my favorite sport, back to its glory. It's still great. I love college football, but I want to see Purdue still we had a decent thing going for us in the Rondale Moore era, the David Blau era, like the DJ Knox era. I want to be able to see that again. I want to see that consistency again. But anyway, it's gonna be a fun draft, guys. I'm gonna be watching this week. Should be fun to watch some of these guys go off the board.
Absolutely, yeah. And with that, that'll wrap things up for us. Thank you very much, as always, everyone, for listening. Appreciate you tuning in. We just hit a big milestone on the TikTok. We crossed 200 followers this past week. So that was a big deal. Appreciate the support from everyone checking stuff out on all of our socials, which are TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook. Boomer and Junior or Boomer and Junior Podcast. Make sure you check those out. Rate, review, like, subscribe, follow all of those, YouTube and Spotify.
Check us out.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the NFL draft this week, and we're going to keep our ear out for more portal and head coaching changes because it's been a while, but we're going to talk about stuff after the dust settles a bit, I think.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.